yesterday with somebody who I'm privileged to be in conversation with, and that was the idea that that eventually we're going to actually return to a kind of a world where we're not distanced and we're not masked, and that's going to be a transition too. And it occurred to me as we were talking, an idea that I've brought up before, sort of I'm thinking about kind of who I want to be when I return to that space. Like I have an opportunity to kind of come into that space with a really specific intention about how I want to be as we come back, how I want to carry forward who I am in this new space that we'll be sharing together, that's a version of the way things were but not quite the same. And it seems like a really kind of cool thing to think about, how we all have the opportunity to kind of come back to this in a way that's either completely the same or different, but intentionally kind of focus. And one of the things that got me thinking about was back to sort of gender on purpose, and something that I learned from some of the transgender people that I know, that ultimately they come into gender in a really kind of intentional, purposeful way. It's not, they weren't born that way. Me, I'm a male, and I've just like always been a male, and so the ways that I am male isn't anything that I ever thought about. Like, learned it from people around me. I'm not exactly sure even how it happened, but as a trans person, you come into it on purpose and you figure out how you're going to navigate this. And at least that's what I've heard from some trans people that I've talked to. And so this is a similar thing, to come into a space on purpose and to figure out, how you want to walk into that space of connection and community interaction in a way that, as I said, maybe different, maybe the same as the past, but also could be different, but really kind of is intentionally based. And so that's something to think about for today. That's what's Sick with Dr. Joel. Hope everybody's